Greetings, friends and fellow rebels, and welcome to the woods. You might notice a little bit of change in my appearance. I was offered the opportunity to learn a bit about presentation, and there is nothing wrong with shifting how you show yourself to the world, whether that's through clothing, um, adornment, whether that's through makeup, um, piercings, tattoos, all of the different art of the body, as long as you do it with intention. We often shift the face we show to the world from one situation to another. It's important, and I've talked about that before. But you need to do it intentionally. In other words, if you're going to show a face that doesn't reflect who and what you are, you need to be certain that it is required, and you need to understand what the outcome's going to be. When you put something on, you need to know exactly what filter you are applying. So when the result comes back to you, you're not blindsided. You're not surprised in a way that's unpleasant. And what I mean by this is some people will put on a particular style, something with a branding name on it, something that is showing them a particular way because it's the trend. It's what people are doing because they've seen an advertisement that convinces them that this is what they really want to do if they want to be happy. And the problem with that is you are introducing into your matrix an element that, if you're not careful, may not be truly a part of what you want to be at that moment. So if you put a brand on, Nike, best to learn first what you are attaching yourself to by bringing that in. And let's say you discover when you investigate that you don't really want to be associated with the company that bears that name, with what they believe in, what they've done, what they are a part of. You can redefine things. You may have had a certain style or a certain way of being for it may fit you. It may be part of your life. And then it's picked up as a trend and used by people for a different purpose. Doesn't mean that you have to give up that. You don't have to give up the rainbow that you saw as something innocent and beautiful and bringing together all things in a harmonious fashion. You don't have to give that up because someone has decided to use that same symbol to attack others. You don't have to give up really anything because someone has decided to use it as a weapon or to make it profane. What you need to do is put more force behind what it represents to you. But be careful with that because energies can come in on signs and symbols. So be aware of what things mean. Nike, yes, it represents a company, and perhaps the company doesn't represent you, but the origin of that is the goddess of victory, a name for victory. And if you want to reach all the way back in and dedicate your Nike gear, your clothing, to victory, to that representative and that persona, you have just redefined what you're going to get back on that. but you have to be deliberate and thoughtful. Now, my wearing the smoky eye today, because that's what we were taught in our stage presentation class on how to offer something new to the world, in this case, a greater expression, so when people see me, I will be able to express more through my eyes, because that's the intention that went into doing it. It accentuates what I'm putting out rather than detracts. And I don't have to put a lot of falsity to prop up the vision, that the image that I'm presenting, because I truly do want to be more expressive. It fits with what I want and who I am. But again, you want to be thoughtful with what you present. If you wear the color black, you want to be aware that black is a color that absorbs, and that it can represent power because it's bringing energy in. If you want to wear red, you should be aware that it is a color that it hypes up emotion. It's fire. It lends warmth. It creates a lot of intensity. So you might want to tone it down a little bit by making it a little less obvious when it's on your body, if you don't want to create a lot of intensity in your expression. You might want to be aware that if you wear gray, that is a cloaking. Gray tends to dim you out, and it allows you passage where you're not quite so obvious. But when you put these things on, you want to remind yourself as each layer goes on what the intention is. You want to remind yourself as you apply your face, what am I saying to the world with this? What colors am I choosing? Why? I'm choosing the bright red lip because I want to be seen as vital and alive? Am I choosing the cool colors because I want to be harmonious and I want to blend in? Am I choosing the rich shades of gold and the metallics because I want to attract prosperity to me? Think about what you're doing when you do it. Think about what you are putting out to the world, because that's what you're going to be attracting in, because that's how the world works. The more spiritual you become, the more your gifts come in, the more poignant, the more intense, the less the lag time, the stronger the response. You're going to see it, you're going to feel it. So put thought into it. Go ahead and do it. Put thought into it. And welcome to the woods.